are 66 paintings and sketches I painted across 4 months from May to August, most of them in Toronto and some outside Toronto. Some were done on quiet mornings, others in the middle of the busy streets. Sometimes it was peaceful, sometimes the wind and rain made it challenging. And there are a lot of people stopped to watch, some smiled, some asked questions, some even want me to add an Instagram and YouTube. But every time I pick up the brush, I saw the world a little differently, what's in front of me. This is my 2024 plein air journey, and these are the paintings that changed how I see things now and paint. When I started painting, I was stiff. Every line felt like a test. I obsessed over getting everything right, the proportion, angle, and shadows. And these are like my sketches which are done maybe like after a month. But this one is the first sketch I did in outdoors. And you can see that how flat and the washes look really not finished. But yet I was able to get a decent painting from it. I almost didn't want to show them, but looking back, they hold something important. They are honest. You can see the hesitation in some of the paintings, but you can see a little spark, like the moment I caught, the exact angle of the shadow, how suddenly made a street feel alive. They remind me that every journey starts messy, and that's okay, but it's where the rhythm begins. Once you're going outside and start capturing what's in front of you, you kind of come up with your own rhythm, and you also learn your own way of expressing your paintings. I thought plein air painting and outdoor painting would be peaceful, like a quiet escape into nature or architecture or painting outside the roads. But to be honest, it was chaos. Dogs barking, people bumping into me, wind flipping my paper, or even rain, and there's a kid who once shook my easel and my palette. But you know what? The energy made it real. This painting and sketches were done on crowded sidewalks, near markets, in parks full of chatter. And they carry that noise. The lines are faster and the colors are looser, and I have to work faster, so most of the paintings are painted in a loose style. These aren't just scenes, but they are just moments lived, messy, loud, and unforgettable. Then there were the quiet and peaceful ones. And these sketches on paintings where time slowed down. I remember standing by the lake one morning, barely any people, just paints ripples on boats. I didn't worry about the technique or results, I just painted. And 30 minutes later, I felt lighter, and these are the pieces that felt like a therapy and being on the present moment. The ones where it wasn't about creating something perfect, but it was about being present. Those still moments taught me that sometimes painting is more about listening than looking. A lot of my students ask me, how do you learn to paint? I strongly believe that when you start painting, you will start looking. The more you look and you train your eye, and I also tell my students always that you're not learning to paint, you're learning to see. I'll be honest, some of these I hated when I painted them. I thought they were failures and it doesn't look good and what I'm doing outside painting it. The colors didn't work, the scene felt off, and I wasn't just in the mood. But something weird happened later. When I looked back, I saw the stories, I saw mood, I saw me trying, growing, and feeling the nature and what's in front of me. These paintings taught me that art is a strange way of reflecting things you didn't even know how you were feeling that time. And sometimes the one you want to throw away end up being the ones that say the most. So when I do art market and exhibitions, the pieces I don't really like are the ones people really connect with. So sometimes when you paint on location, you'll have a feeling of he didn't have a good day and you didn't capture what exactly in front of you. But when you come home and if you see the painting after a week, and you will get surprised of what you got and what you captured. In the beginning of my outdoor painting, painting outside or painting in public scared me more than I expected. I was really anxious that people will come and check out my painting, and I felt that they're gonna say it looks bad. And there's a vulnerability in trying to satisfy. There's a vulnerability in trying to satisfy your audience while you're painting, and especially when they're watching. But nowadays, even though that time I kept at it, and I usually focus on my painting and I keep going. And there are sometimes, especially kids or teenagers, they stop by while I'm painting. They personally tell me to add them in the painting. And I usually tell them to walk by and I take a picture and I'll tell them that I'll add it later. And these other things happens when with people, and there are some people, there's a lot of old people, they come and talk to you and they share their story how they used to do watercolors and painting. And there's also, in this kind of movements, I really connect with people and we shared something really special, a fleeting connection frozen in watercolor. And finally, there are the other ones I still think about. I remember the one from the lakeshore painting, the music playing in a quiet Chinatown alley, and the smell of the beach while I painted on Scarborough Bluffs. And even some of the families there, they offered me to join for lunch. One time, a person across the street from the bar offered me a water because it's a really hot day. And there are some people even bought me coffee and took pictures with me. And these sketches and paintings didn't just show what I saw, they reminded me how it felt to be there. That's why it means so much for me. And they are not just paintings, they are little pieces of memory I get to keep, and I still want to make these memories every year. Thank you for coming along on this journey. If you ever wanted to start sketching outdoors or painting outdoors, just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, and dropping a comment below. Which sketch stood out to you? Or do you have any other favorite place you love to sketch? I would love to hear your story too. Until next time, and happy painting.